practically till the show starts. But the thing is, you guys have filled up our auditorium that we are at capacity, so we can just get started. How's everyone doing today?
Yay!
Okay, welcome y'all to the Museum of Science and to the Thompson Theater of Electricity. My name is Anna. I'm one of the bilingual educators here at the Museum of Science. In English, I use pronouns like she and they. I don't have a preference. Y en español uso pronombres como ella y ella. I do not have a preference. Y'all are here for lightning. Are you excited?
Yeah!
So, before we get started, I have a couple things that we gotta make very clear before. One thing is, there's a whole lot of you, only one of me. My mic definitely helps with my voice being a lot louder, but I'm still gonna need your help to be a respectful audience, okay? So if we can laugh, we can clap, we can cheer, but once I start saying 3, 2, 1, and I put that in hand like that, that's gonna be when I'm asking y'all to be quiet. Sound good?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Another thing, this show will contain lightning, meaning that there will be bright flashes and loud sounds. I'm not saying that to scare anyone, but just to give y'all a heads up. I myself am not a big fan of loud surprises, so I will always let you know when I'm going to put on my personal hearing protection, these headphones. And I'll also give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown before that. You want to test that? Okay, let's test it. Let's use my loudest machine. How about that? We're going to use my Tesla coil to my left. It is about 8 feet tall, white with the silver dome on top. Let's see how loud this thing gets. For the first time today, my headphones are going on. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. This way, you know, it's going to get, we're going to use this again throughout the show. All right, so now you know what the loud sound is. Please feel free to use any of the exits. You can use the double doors that you came through, or you can follow this red carpet to clear doors, or to the back of Mathematica. Please use those as needed, but because of that, I need all red carpet and all stairways to remain clear throughout the show. So all that said and done, who wants to see some lightning?
Yeah.
Me too. So in order to do that, let's bring out my largest instrument, this Van de Graaff generator. It is the 2 wooden columns with the metal domes on top. This is the world's largest air-insulated Van de Graaff generator in the entire world. And it's actually an original. It is almost 100 years old. It was created in the 1930s by Dr. Robert Van de Graaff himself. I have set up my first target of the day. And my headphones are going to go back on. Are we ready? Yeah! All right, we're going to start adding some voltage. In 3, 2, 1. We're going to do that throughout the show, okay? So, after that, who would say that the electric force is bright and loud? That's a lot of hands. Well, guess what? I tricked you. The electric force is actually silent and invisible. Huh? Well, the thing is, what you just saw is incredibly real. But that wasn't exactly the electric force. The electric force actually comes from charges moving around and making up everything in our universe. We're going to talk about those charges We're gonna talk about how that creates electricity. We're also gonna talk about safety. And at the end of the show, I'm gonna turn on all of the machines all at once, and we're gonna have ourselves a symphony of sparks. How does that sound? Okay, nice. So let's talk about that electric force. It's invisible, but those awesome charges, positive and negative, they work pretty similar, or pretty consistently. If we have likes, positive and a negative, they will push away from each other. Likes repel. But if we have opposites, like a positive and a negative, what will they do? They will come together. Opposites attract. And everything has these charges. You, me, the air we breathe, these machines, they all have charge. So why don't we have electricity coming out of our fingers at all times? That's how it works, right? Well, not exactly. Our world is really good at keeping these charges in balance. There's always the right amount of positive and negative, unless we disrupt that balance. And that's what we saw just now. It was a disruption of a balance and creating an effect that we call lightning. It starts in the basement with these gigantic belts. And when I turn them on, they start bringing negative charge 3 stories high up to those metal domes. And what's really cool about that is that we're bringing a bunch of negative charge, and they're going to try and be as far away from each other as possible until I bring up a target, something that's considered neutral. And there's enough energy there that they jump from one place to another. There's enough energy there that the air around it starts to glow from how hot it is. Lightning. And there's enough energy there that when that jump happens, the air around it starts to wiggle until it gets to your eardrum. Thunder. So although the electric force itself is silent and invisible, the effects of it can be pretty bright, pretty loud. But is that how we get electricity into our homes? Do we shock ourselves every time we try to charge an iPad? No, but how do we do it instead? We plug something in, we use currents. And often, we use magnets to do that. I'm gonna show you with a little demonstration right here. This flashlight does not have any batteries inside of it. Just a magnet and some coils of wire. And if I shake it back and forth, does anyone see anything? Yeah, that green light, you might even hear it. So I'm exciting those charges and they're starting to move around. So what happens when a larger scale is when we burn fossil fuels, we will boil water. That creates steam, and that steam will move gigantic magnets around. But that's not the only way we will start using magnets and start moving them. Has anyone seen a wind turbine before? So wind turbines are these gigantic machines that will actually use the power of the wind to move magnets. They have to look like this. Does that look a little more familiar? Well, that's not how we always thought we could get electricity into our homes. I'm going to turn on 2 machines that thought to solve our problems. These are Tesla coils, created by a man named Nikola Tesla in the late 1800s. And he thought that these little coils could provide a solution. Not these exact ones, but let's take a look. This light bulb does not have any batteries, does not have any wires. It's not turning on, right? It's not turning on. Is it turned on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm not touching it yet. When I'm near that Tesla coil, it turns on. And then when I walk away, it turns off. We're talking about those charges in the air getting excited by the Tesla coil. And Tesla thought that if he made a big enough one, he could do 2 things. 1, create a permanent daytime. And 2, wireless electricity for everyone. Here's the thing. 1, they're kind of annoying. That buzzing sound you hear? It's 120 sparks every single second. That popping is just too fast for us, so it just sounds like a consistent buzz. You still have to plug it in. And they're also really dangerous. Because we can test this in 2 ways. I could either put my hands there, or I could put a balloon there. Any votes? I'm glad that everyone said the balloon, right? So we are going to show you, and if you're not a fan of balloons popping, you might want to cover your ears. Are you ready?
Yes.
Well, we're gonna try this in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, don't touch them. So, if these Tesla coils didn't work in the way that Tesla hoped, why do we still have them? Well, it's because they showed a concept of wireless electricity and wireless connection being a real possible thing. And now we have things like radio, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth, all because of Tesla. And also, we can do something really cool with the sparks. What happens if we change those sparks every single second? We increase them or decrease them. Do we want to see what happens? Yeah. Great. Well, these Tesla coils can't do that. But the Tesla coils that I just turned on behind me, that are to my right, that are copper, 8 feet tall, can. And they can do something pretty impressive. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a listen. My headphones are going on. You are going to hear sound in 3, 2, 1. Pretty cool, right? So we call these our singing Tesla coils. Hi, friends. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you. So we will bring these back for the very end of our show. Do not worry, they will come back. But we have to talk about safety first. Lightning is dangerous. So we ideally do not want to come into contact with it. If we are just outside, maybe at outside of our schools, libraries, the museum, all of a sudden you hear thunder, you see lightning, where should you go? Inside, yes. Most buildings have plumbing, wiring made of metal. Metal is a conductor. It's a material that allows for an easy flow of charge. So if lightning happens to strike the building, it will go through that and not you. But what happens if it's so nice out that you drive somewhere, like the beach or the park? Same scenario happens, except this time there are no buildings inside. Where should you go instead? Car. Yes, and you're safe inside of a car because of the
Tires.
Okay, let's talk about this, y'all. Growing up, I always heard that it was the tires that kept me safe. That makes sense. Tires are made of rubber. Rubber is an insulator, which is a material that does not allow for an easy flow of charge. Here's the thing. There's another really big insulator we have to talk about. Air. This is the world's largest air-insulated Van de Graaff generator, meaning that if lightning can travel through miles and miles of insulating air, a little bit of rubber at the bottom of your car, probably not going to do the trick. But you are still safe inside of a car. That's definitely real. But what was that other thing that people were saying?
Need a Faraday cage.
Metal, a conductor. It's what most cars are made of, metal frame. But that makes no sense because metal is a conductor. Do you want to test this? You did come to a science museum. I have a gigantic lightning producing machine and, well, I don't have a car in there, but,
It's called a Faraday cage.
I do have a cage. Don't worry, I have a pair in there. Don't worry. We're going to start doing a couple things. Okay. I got a pair right here. Don't worry. We're going to start doing a couple things. First, let's go up. Yes, up. To be about 3 stories tall. Making me, other than the Van de Graaff, the tallest thing in the theater. And then we're going to do another thing. That humming sound is the Van de Graaff. So once I get to the top and once I cover my ears, we are going to strike this cage with about 1,000,000 volts of electricity. What could go wrong? Just like in a car, I am surrounded top, sides, and bottom by metal. But unlike a car, I don't have rubber tires on me, so this experiment better work, right?
Yeah.
Any suggestions of what I should or should not do while I'm in here? Stay inside, okay. Touch the cake. Who else thinks that's a good idea? Okay, well, I think I'm high enough. Let's take a look. I'm definitely gonna cover my ears. I'm definitely gonna cross my fingers. Are y'all ready? Alrighty, friends. We're gonna start turning up that voltage. In 3, 2, 1. I have done this experiment before. I have actually done this experiment hundreds of times. And I knew I'd be safe in here because of something called the skin effect. Lightning is only striking this cage for a very, very short period of time, only giving those negative charges enough time to be on the outer skin of the cage, so the outer part. That's why I'm safe inside. I could touch the inside. I could even touch where the lightning was striking. Had I stuck my hand out, had I wrapped my hand around, that finale, I promise you, would look a little more different. They're more dramatic, but not as fun. It's why you're safe inside of cars as long as it's not a convertible. Buses, planes, trains, all completely surrounded by metal. Therefore, the skin effect will take place. Pretty cool. So, y'all have been a fantastic audience. So, I think we should go over what we learned, which was lightning and electricity is a disruption in a force. We've learned that the electric force is invisible and silent, but its effects are not. And you've even seen the skin effect in play. I think you guys have learned a finale. What do you think? Fantastic. Well, in order to do that, let's do a couple things. I'm going to prepare my Van de Graaff generator again. I'm going to bring out a different target, the kite, in honor of the experiment that Benjamin Franklin did many, many, many years ago. I'm going to start arming my Tesla coils. I'm going to bring back that Tesla coil that we used in the very beginning, along with my smaller one. And after the end of this will be the formal end of my presentation. If you have any questions, any stories, if you want to say hi, please feel free to stay after. Why don't I use the timer? Because I run out of time. But I just ask that no one join me on stage. But for now, sit back, relax, if you can. I'm gonna prep my camera so that y'all can see a little better. And for the last time, my headphones are going on. Enjoy this symphony of sparks. In 3, 2, 1.